Hey there, fans. Welcome back to another toy review. This is going to be the last one for the year of 2023. And it's also going to be the last Gargoyle action figure that I actually have of the actual Gargoyles. I still have David Xanatos to review, but as far as the Gargoyle clan, Lexington is the last one of the group until the new wave in 2024 comes out, which I'm looking forward to. But let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see here, we've got the box. We've got a nice illustration. He is the most interesting looking character because everybody seems to have their wings on their back, and Lexington has gliding type wings on the side of his body, kind of like a flying squirrel, right? So nice illustration. You can see here we've got clock tower in the background. We've got the Disney logo with the Gargoyle logo at the bottom, and then we've got Lexington here on the side. We've got an image of the of Lexington on the side. Again, this is made by NECA, as you can see here, licensed by Disney. Disney owns the rights. Then we've got the back here where we can see again a nice, it's a different face from the side. The side had more of a growling type of a look. Here he's got his normal face, nothing too severe here. It's got some great images of him holding a couple of different accessories, a crossbow, and then looks like he's jumping off the clock tower getting ready to glide. So nice poses here in the back. Got a nice little, your summary of what happens to the Gargoyles. And then you've got the collection down at the bottom. Like I said, I've gotten them all, and I haven't reviewed them all because I started my reviews, doing toy reviews later afterwards. But I do have David Xanatos that still needs to be reviewed. We've done pretty much all the others, aside from the ones that I started prior to that. Anyhow. Again, another image of him on the side, same one as the back. We've got down here the logos and his name, and then at the bottom the people who were involved, which, like I said, I continue to repeat, pretty cool that we get to see all the people involved in the design and production of this action figure. So if we go ahead and we open him up, right, you can see here we have the action figure in another cool pose with his angry face. Really nice prop there with the church, looks like a church tower steeple. And then as you can see here, the figure is inside with all of his accessories. So let's go ahead, open him up and see what he looks like. All right, and here is Lexington out of the package. As you can see here, I've got my Gargoyle sign, similar to the X-Men sign that I got. Shout out to Creative Print, who was able to hook me up with these phenomenal designs. So if you like these light up signs, you can go ahead and order them. I will link his Instagram page in the description below. Check him out. It's got some cool stuff. I do plan on doing a G.I. Joe sign and a Transformer one, when he has those available. I think he has a G.I. Joe one, but the Transformer one that specifically I asked for, he's going to custom make it for me, so it'll be pretty cool once I get that and show it off. But anyhow, back to the figure. We've got Lexington out of the box. As you can see here, he's got phenomenal sculpting. Really a nice looking figure, just like the rest of them, right? The sculpting, the muscle tone. He is the smallest gargoyle out of all of them, but specifically he is the smallest out of the three Rookery brothers, right? Which would be Broadway and Brooklyn. So, like I said, the uniqueness of this character is that he's got wings on the side, kind of like a flying squirrel versus the bat-like wings that all the others have. So, little bit of uniqueness to this character, which I actually really do like. But again, what can I say about the sculpting? It's absolutely phenomenal. You can see here all the muscle tone definition. They managed to get the feet down right. Phenomenal looking character all the way around. You can see here all the detail into the back. Now, one of the complaints that I have is that these wings, the way that they're made, is that it limits, the posability as far as the arms go, right? So if you extend the arms too far up, you can see here it pops out of the socket. It's not that big of a deal because, to be quite honest with you, these wings are actually attached to the legs and the forearms. As you can see here, they're attached to the back of the legs. I'm going to bring that in a little bit closer so you guys can see that, right? It's attached to the forearm. So even if this pops out like it is right now, not that big of a deal. We'll put it back in. Let's see if we can fit that in. But it definitely limits the posability to a certain extent when we're looking at the character. But like I said, it's not a deal breaker in my opinion. I don't really play with these action figures. I just have them up and I leave them there. So if nobody messes around with him, he's fine. But even if I were to play around with them, let's just say that's such a minute thing in my opinion, because it doesn't affect the figure from standing. It doesn't affect it's not like the wings popping off and or causing the action figure to fall or anything of that nature. So it's really a minor thing, and it seems to be only the right hand side. The left hand side hasn't popped out since I opened it. So overall, pretty good. I do like the action figure overall. Again, I like the color. Really nice use. You could see some different tones in here. So they did a really nice job with painting. And again, the uniqueness of the wings, not just the wings itself, but the patterns inside the wings. Like I mentioned in another review, they have such great attention to detail that each of the wings seems to have a unique and distinct pattern. Almost like a fingerprint. How we have different fingerprints. That seems to be the case with the wings. So I really, really like that attention to detail. But let's go ahead and let's check out his accessories, because he came with a ton of accessories. All right, and here we've got all of his accessories laid out. As you can see here, he's got a nice array of accessories. Comes with this really cool old medieval type crossbow. Really love the detail on it. It's got like the chain link right here. It's got the metal spikes, right? Really nice piece of molding. It looks like it's made of wood, right? So they did a phenomenal job replicating this crossbow, with the different types of material that it's displaying. You've got metal, you've got wood, you've got chain, and it's rusty chain too, because it's not just a regular chain. You can see that there's some rust. At least I can. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but you could see that there's some rust on this particular crossbow, not just on the chain, but even on the crossbow itself. The metallic pieces don't look like they're brand new. It looks like it was worn out. It was, involved in war. So, apologies. Really nice attention to detail with the crossbow here. Looks really phenomenal. Again, wood patterns you could see here, metal. I mean, just amazing. The level of detail that they were able to achieve on this is really impressive. Put that back. Then he comes with an extra face, the angry face, right? So one of the things that I really do like about these characters, they have a regular face and they have a growling face, an action face, if you will. So as you can see here, the difference, there's no pupils. So one of the features that the gargoyles have is that when they go angry like that, their eyes turn completely white, their pupils fade, and you can see here. And then he's got his fangs, they're growling, so they're out and about. So you can see Lexington he's gone from being sweet and intriguing to fierce and vicious. So then we've got here for the crossbow, we've actually got some arrows. We got some really tiny arrows. So be careful when you open these. When I opened it, they popped out from the tape. And so they actually managed to scatter on the floor and I managed to find them. I got 4 unless I lost one. So be very, very careful. But that's pretty cool that you get to put the arrows into the crossbow. I really like that. Then we've got these a headset and a controller, an RC controller of some kind. There was an episode where he had this. I don't know if he was, controlling some type of a drone or something like that. But pretty cool that they would have this as an accessory. You can see here the headset has like a little microphone, so he's talking into it. And then again, the controller here, again, I don't know, I can't remember the episode itself. I don't know what he was controlling, but here we've got some type of a control here. You got the joysticks, you got the antenna, you got the light, the power light. So really nice accessory. Pretty cool. And then he comes with, like all the other gargoyles, different hands. Right here, he's got his hands open. Here we've got some more open hands. So I think these are these are semi-open. Semi-open, and these would be the ones I would imagine to hold the crossbow. And then you've got your closed completely closed hands, which would be your fists for both left and right. So overall, a good amount of accessories. I don't really have any complaints on this. As usual, the tail is bendy wire, so that was a really great decision that they did overall to make all the tails bendy wire. I like that. So as far as accessories go, I'm more than satisfied. There's nothing else I would add to this particular character. I think we got more than what we bargained for, and it makes sense because the character's small in comparison to the others, so there's less plastic being involved. So for the same price point, I would expect to get a good amount of accessories, and they did come through. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at him with some of his Rookery brothers. All right, so here's Lexington with his fellow Rookery brothers, right? The 3 trio. And as you can see here, we've done reviews on Broadway and Brooklyn before, so these guys should be familiar to you. And so I'm looking forward to the next wave in 2024, which has been already announced at, I don't know if it was a Comic-Con that took place here in 2023 or something like that, but we've got a list of characters such as Macbeth, like I said, Investigation or Private Eye Broadway, which is what I'm naming him. And then some obscure characters like Gabriel, who was Angela's Rookery brother. And so I'm looking forward to getting those characters and looking forward to seeing what NECA does with the rest of the line. I'm really looking forward to, I'm hoping that they'll get into the Pack, I think is their name, and getting into some other characters like Elisa's brother, who eventually gets mutated and becomes Talon, and so on and so forth. So I'm looking forward to, and I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers that they'll make an Elisa Maza as a gargoyle, because there was one episode where Puck, Demona gets this ancient character named Puck. He's, you know, straight out of Macbeth, if you will, some type of magical elf. And based on Demona's request, she wants to get rid of all the humans. So he can't do that. So she goes, okay, well then get rid of Elisa Maza for me. And so he does, but he plays a joke, right? He doesn't take her literally. And so what he does is he eventually turns her into a gargoyle for the first time. So that's, I really would like to see an Elisa Maza gargoyle. But anyhow, guys, that is my review of this character Lexington. Hope you enjoyed it. Guys, like I said, this is my last video of 2023. Thank you so much for staying with us, and I will see you guys in 2024. Happy New Year to you all. Bye-bye.